Hey everyone, this is John Howell here again with you, and in this video I'm going to walk you through a process that I call charting boundaries. This one technique will help you when you're looking for good entry points and also gives you a warning when not to enter into the market. So that you can use this tool and in a matter of minutes you'll know that if you're entering at the wrong or right time, which will save you time and thousands of dollars and potentially make you thousands of dollars. You see, this is so simple but powerful that when you fully understand and master this one technique, you'll stop getting into bad trades and you'll start getting into much higher probability trades, which in turn will give you a better win-loss ratio. It will build your confidence and ultimately get you on the right path to becoming a successful trader. That's how powerful this is. But before I do, if you haven't not watched the first two videos, the first video that we talked about on this page here was the top 13 biggest mistakes that most traders make. And then the second one was where I walked you through a 12-month plan for taking anyone from making nothing to making $10,000 per month in the market. So if you have not watched them, you can do that. Make sure you go do that first, and you can find the links at the top of this page. You can see at the top of this page, you see where it says video 1 and the headline, and video 2 and the topic on that, and now you're watching video 3. Alright, if you haven't watched those 3 things, then make sure you do that, right? Because this is a follow-on, this is a sequence that we're going through. So if you haven't watched that one, remember the very first video I was talking about all the biggest mistakes that most people make and how to overcome them. The second one's all about building a big 12-month plan to taking you from zero to hero, or $0 to $10,000 per month. You can see exactly how that plan is and why most people don't move forward. And then this video, we're actually going to start getting into the technicals, okay? So if you haven't watched those, go watch those. Go watch those videos now. If you have and you're in line with this, then let's get into this education. And so let's actually head over to the charts now and let's actually get into this training. In this video, I'm going to give you some general advice only around how to read charts, okay? So I'm going to give you some education of how to actually read stock charts, okay? But this is going to be just one tip today that I'm going to give you. There's multiple different ways we can actually read the stock charts, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just teach you one significant tip that's really going to help you moving forward when actually reading reading stock charts, okay? So right now we're looking at a chart, okay? Call it, this is Google right now, but it doesn't matter what stock you chart looking at. How you actually start to read charts is this. The first thing you need to do is identify the chart that you're trading off. So say for example, the chart that you're trading off, let's just say it's a daily chart. Well, if it's a daily chart that we're trading off, then we need to go out to the next chart up above, which is a weekly chart. Make sense? So if we're trading the daily chart, and that's where we're finding our entry signals on, then we need to go down to the weekly chart. If we're trading, say, a 60-minute chart, as an example, we're trading a 60-minute chart, then we need to go out to say a 4-hour chart to a 4-hour chart, okay? So you might be asking, what do we do on those charts? What we're doing on those charts, we're simply finding parameters. So whatever chart you're trading, if you're trading a weekly chart, then go out to, say, the monthly chart, and then look at the monthly chart. If you're trading a daily chart, okay, if you're trading a daily chart, go do that. Go to the weekly chart, next week, next sort of time frame up. If you're trading, say, let's just call it once again, a 60-minute chart. If you're trading a 60-minute chart, then go to the next time frame up, okay? And the reason why you go to the next time frame up, I'm mainly a daily chart trader, so I look at the daily chart for my entry signals. So the reason why you go to the longer term time frame chart, which is you trade the daily chart but looking at weekly charts, because you want to start to identify the major highs and major lows when reading charts. And how you do that is you just start identifying these major high levels, okay, and these major low levels through here. And when you start to do that, the market itself is going to have some history behind it. And so if you draw a trend line from there to there, and all you're doing is just connecting the bottom up from here and the bottom up from here as well, as you're doing that, the market is likely to respect that. So if the market ever did get back down to here, then it's likely to bounce. If it's likely to bounce, then on the daily chart, we might get a good entry signal. Make sense? So whenever we're trading, we should be looking at the longer term time frame chart, okay, and identifying these major areas, because the market does respect those areas on a continuous basis, okay? You can see here that back here and over 3-4 years later on, we're getting a bouncing through here, okay? So this could happen on a 45-degree angle, or it can happen on a horizontal. Okay, you can see here that this level here was almost a resistance through there, or the resistance through here. So we're talking at a good couple of years through here. And look at it, bounced up, came back down, and now found support. So these levels that we're looking for, we're just making sure that we identify these levels, and these levels here, if we're looking to go long, these levels down here and here, which are now act as support, they're the levels that should be considered as a good level to be looking to buy off, because now we've got a much bigger long-term time frame chart coming into play. Make sense? So that's the lesson for today. So there you have it. This is simple, and if you need to watch this video over again to get it, then make sure you do that. I've made sure that this video is a lot shorter than the other one, so you can do that, okay? So make sure you watch this over and over again if you haven't got it the first time to get it, and so you fully understand it, okay? Remember, what we're doing here is we're going to the next higher time frame to identify the charting boundaries, and we can use these levels to find good areas for entry points. So remember what we said before, right? If we're trading a daily chart, we know the weekly chart's going to give us much stronger support and resistance levels, and we can use these levels to pick really good high probability areas for entry points. So you're online right now, you're here wanting to become a better trader, and you know that if you use this one simple technique, it will give you a much better chance of picking good trades, which in turn will help you become a much successful trader. Now, if you like this and you'd like to get much more in-depth training and a sequence and a lot more in-depth personal weekly education and coaching from me personally, or you want to come to my 5-day platinum event that I'm putting on, I've just opened up my last 5 spots for this, okay? So click on the link below, and that'll take you over to another page that goes into a lot more detail on who I am and what the weekly coaching and platinum event is all about. Now, if you're looking to have a personal coach there every week to help you and give you not only the basics of what this is what I call the basic level, but going through the advanced strategies and moving through to the other advanced strategies and techniques and systems and strategies and money management and risk management and a whole bunch of other things in a sequence, but making sure that I'm there every week as your personal coach walking you through that, then literally it's a first come first serve, and I only have 5 spots open because that's all I can take, right? And then once the 5 spots are taken, then they'll be filled. Now, since actually launching this on the very first video, I've already had a lot of people fill out the application form to apply for this, so I've got to call them. So it is literally a first come first serve. So to make sure that you don't miss out on opportunity, click on the button below right now, watch the video or read all the information on the next page, and then if it's for you, fill out the application form, and I'll call you to see if you qualify having me as your personal coach. Okay. In the meantime, look out for the link for the next video that I'll show you another simple but powerful trading technique that will take the confusion out of all the charts. What we did today is we went through one simple but powerful charting technique to help you move forward, and now we're going to build on that. We're going to learn another charting technique that's going to help you move forward, and all this is ultimately helping you become a much better trader by reading the price action. Now, on a bit of a caveat there, or a bit of a side note there, some people say, what I mean by saying price action. Price action is simply the bars on the chart, okay? We talk about the bars on the chart. Remember how I said we take all the indicators off, all the moving averages, and we simply just have the price itself? Well, that's what we call price action. And that price or price action, what we're doing here is we're learning how to read that price action by doing simple things like trend lines, support, resistance, higher time frame analysis, and now moving forward. That's what I mean by price action. Okay, so if you weren't familiar of the word price action, all that simply means is the price or the bars on the chart. That's the price, or that is the price action. And what we're doing is becoming really good at reading that price action. Okay, make sense? So I'll email you once I have that video done for you. It should be done in the next day or two, but keep an eye out for that, okay? So this is John Howell here. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.